Billy. As with everything, every coin has two sides, as does good and evil. One cannot exist without the other. So many people can look at things that other people do as evil. However, it's all based on perspective, just as with everything else. The first story of evil comes from a biblical story about the Garden of Eden. There was a tree of knowledge that God said, do not touch. And God is the ultimate symbol of good. So the act of disobeying Him would be an act of evil. However, we know today that we want to gain knowledge. We look at that as a good thing. So it's double-sided. Later on, evil was described as a way to describe the unexplainable, such as natural disasters. A lot of people actually used witchcraft as a way to explain these events. During the Salem witch trials, there was a woman that they got sick, and someone in her village thought it was witchcraft because they said they had seen it before. So it spread as like an epidemic, this disease, and it was actually food poisoning. And what they thought was evil then, we know today it was a sickness, and that could be applied to anything that we see as evil. Maybe it's just our own ignorance. So later on, Galileo said that the earth was not the center of the universe, which was believed by the Catholics at the time because that's what was stated in the Bible. So he was seen as evil. However, it was actually just science. He was actually proving a fact. And what was seen as evil then was not actually evil, but was science. Adolf Hitler was responsible for the deaths of thousands of people. However, he actually made a lot of breakthroughs in modern medicine with his experiments. And although it's pretty controversial and there's some moral problems there, you can also see the things that he did as good, because if you look at the general overview of things, he was actually just trying to better his country, and deep down I believe that he actually thought what he was doing was good. So what we saw as evil was his good, as with the people that support him. Later on, rock and roll was seen as evil. When Elvis Presley was big, there was a lot of dance moves that he did that was seen as indecent to the public, and a lot of the older generation especially saw these things as evil just because they were indecent, along with women smoking in public. And those things then were indecent and evil, but today they're perfectly acceptable. So perhaps evil is just based on perception, and it can always be changed, and maybe down the road what we see as evil today could be seen as good tomorrow. Any questions? Well, I just knew I had to pick something very abstract, so I chose evil. And I've always thought about how different people look at things in different views, and I thought it was really